Alright, in this video, we are going to show you the main differences, which there's a lot, between a Class A motorhome and a fifth wheel. Alright, so let's start with the Class A motorhome. The reason why we chose this 7 years ago is because my idea actually, Jimmy was kind of leaning towards a fifth wheel, and I go, no, I know as a mom, we're gonna have 3 kids. And I really wanted the experience of looking out these windows and experiencing the country, because we've traveled now over 45,000 miles in this RV. So we've seen a lot of the country, and I just find it so fun. And you really experience it while you're sitting here looking out these huge windows, opposed to sitting in a truck. Especially for the kids' experience, sitting in car seats and whatnot when they were younger for hours and hours at a time is just really boring, and I would imagine very hectic and chaotic.
All right, so take me up to the front here and just show me like where you would sit at and what you do.
One of the main differences between the fifth wheel and a motorhome is part of your living space is the driving area. So you have your captain's chairs, you have this is all the engine area up here. So this is part of your living space, which takes a lot of, takes a good amount of living space out, because now this is, it's kind of usable. You can use the captain's chairs, whatever. But we only have 1 bedroom in this Class A. And what happens is when you have kids, you have to say, okay, and you don't have bunk beds, where is everybody gonna sleep? And so what we decided was we put the kids, they were really small. We made a king size bed back there, a king size bed with extra custom foam on the sides to make it literally wall to wall bed. Well, we had a king size mattress.
Well, you want to take me back there?
All right, I'll take you back.
Yeah, let's go back there.
So we had a king size mattress, and then we had custom foam put on each side, so it was a wall to wall bed. And so the kids would crash there, and now we've since changed it because the kids are much bigger, but this was a wall-to-wall bed. It was enormous. It was super comfy. We'd snuggle there and watch movies and all that kind of stuff. It was really fun. But let's take you back out there and show you the only issue for me and Jimmy is we don't have a bedroom. And so we don't have our own space. So we sleep on this pull-out couch. Now this is not a queen or a king.
Don't tell anybody we sleep on the couch, honey. I think we're a little bit further along than that, I hope.
So the reason why we did that was because we knew once the kids went to sleep, we didn't want it to be like if the kids were sleeping out here, whatever, like pull out all this kind of stuff, then we'd have to be just stuck in the back in the bedroom because we have to be quiet. So we kind of flipped it and said if we have the kids sleep back there, we can still go about our business for the rest of the night, watch TV.
Show me what you do when the kids go to bed.
Well, we can't close the door anymore.
No. This is what we do when the kids go like
this. So we open that. Before we put the triple bunks, there was an actual door so we could close that. But since we made the bunks, the door it's not accessible anymore.
So guys, would you rather be in a 10 by 10 room or a 25 by 10 room? So that's what this is out here, 25 feet. Back there's 10 feet, so lock the kids away, and then we get access to all of this throughout the rest of the night. But lately, the kids have been going to bed when we go to bed, so it's not really working out too good.
It's not working out anymore. So that's been the dilemma for us now for the past while, 7 years, is we don't have our own space. And the 5 of us have to share the closet for the clothes and all that. So everything is feeling very small now that the kids are almost as tall as us. And I'm like, all right, which is what brings us to the fifth wheel, is we started looking around and we're like, whoa, like the amount of space in a fifth wheel is insane. Like it's double this easily. This is a 35-foot Class A motorhome, and then you have 46-foot fifth wheels where the entire thing is living space. So that's a huge difference. Plus there's 2 bedrooms. We would have our own master. The kids would have their own bedroom in the garage with actual 2 queen beds and a loft. So they would each have a ton of space. All right, so hold up. I want to give a shout out to Tire Minder, who is sponsoring today's video, because as we all know in RV life, the most important thing is your tires, your tire safety. All right, now like I said, we've traveled over 45,000 miles with our family in this RV, and only in the last year have we had the i10 Tire Minder TPMS. I don't know how we did it for so long because I am such a worrywart. I'm a mom and I'm always thinking, oh my God, I hope we don't have a blowout. So what I absolutely love about this monitor right here is it alerts you if there's any changes in your tire pressure or temperature, which gives you the time to pull off the highway wherever you are, check the situation, and possibly avoid a catastrophic event.
And you guys are not gonna believe this. Look at right here, you can see there's a little tiny slit right here in the tires. Now, these tires have been sitting out in the sun a lot. We were in Vegas for a while and all that stuff, so the sun bakes the outside of the tires. and I've got a slow leak right there. And because of the tire reminder inside and this wonderful little transmitter right here that let me know my tire pressure was leaking, I was able to pull over here in time before I had a massive blowout.
So if you have an RV, a car, really anything with tires, and you're not using one of these systems, what are you waiting for? Back to the video. All right, now let's check out the outside of the Class A, which is probably a big difference and kind of hard for a family because you have a lot of stuff, right? And so the storage on a motorhome is way more than in a fifth wheel. And in some fifth wheels, there's almost none. And so let me just show you.
Watch out for the spike ball there.
All right, so we just got a new spike ball thing.
Oh my God, I don't know if you should open this on camera or not.
I know. I don't know what's in it. I'm scared. So,
oh my God.
As you see, we met.
Is this live? Is this live?
We're not going live. We're doing a YouTube video.
It's gonna be this Sunday video.
Yeah. Have a good one. There you
The
go.
life out of me. All right,
let's see
and
the
then
shoe
this
bin.
is our shoe bin. Now it is winter time here, so we have a lot of stuff.
Oh my gosh! Now
Don't
I want
judge
you
us,
guys to keep in mind that these go back about. This goes all the way to the other side of the RV, so there's a lot of space under there. That one goes back to the other side of the RV.
Not to the other side, but it's pretty deep.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
It's pretty deep.
So yeah.
So we have one of these every little bit, right?
So
now over there.
Take me around to the back. So we
Over
can
there's
see,
the propane tank. Oh, it's cold over here. So then we have the propane. This is Jimmy's tool. This is like Jimmy's garage right here.
Another thing that we struggle with a little bit is when we travel, putting all these bikes somewhere, and so I think that's where a toy hauler will come in here.
Yeah.
Amazingly, is you get to put your bikes in the back. Hey, you guys. Hold on, Sandy. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna take you over here. We're not supposed to do this because we're walking to other people's sites, but this is a toy hauler right here, and they got a little patio on the back. How cool is that? Yeah, that one's really cool. So we'll go look at one of those in a little bit. But that's what I want you guys to see in the back right there. That folds down, and you can ride your bikes up in there and all kinds of cool stuff.
And then we have 3 more bins of storage here that are packed as well. So as you can see, there's a lot of storage in a motorhome. Skateboards, paddle boards. I mean, there's a lot of big stuff in there. So that is one thing that we would downsize from with a fifth wheel, is because there's gonna be a lot less storage.
And what about the car right here?
And then this is our minivan. This is our super luxurious, fancy minivan. I'm all about the minivan. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care.
All right, let's head back inside.
All right, it's freezing out here.
All right, there's a little test that I always like to do with Sandy. When we get into a fifth wheel, I have her go into the kitchen and jump, and she can't touch the roof. So let's see what she does here. Sandy, let's do the jump test.
Yeah, so the height is absolutely insane, the difference. You can't touch the ceiling. Look at how high the ceiling is.
That's pretty high.
You're definitely not getting that in a Class A.
Let's talk about the kitchen. Show me the kitchen
All right.
here and how big it is.
So, well,
and
this
all
is
that
our
stuff.
living area.
All
So,
right, yes.
because we're gonna do almost a side-by-side comparison with Class A and fifth wheel. And this is our living room. It's actually worked pretty nice for all of us. Like, we can pull this out when we're watching a movie, watch the TV up there. There actually has been enough seating, but you see, it's small.
We got a
It's
recliner
small one.
over here. We got my little work area here.
This IKEA, I swear, guys, if you're in RV life or you're doing anything with your RV, IKEA is the most amazing place because it's all RV size furniture. So this is from IKEA. This is where Jimmy works. I work at the table still.
Where's that silver play button from in the background?
Oh, yes. So here's our silver play button from YouTube. And actually what's really weird is it's sort of like that milestone that every YouTuber strives for, right? So we got it. We're like, oh my God, we hit 100,000. The craziest thing is we're now at like 425,000. So since we've gotten that, which was September or so,
6
we
months
have
ago.
now, and now we're in February, we have quadrupled almost, which is insane. So everybody that's subscribed to us, thank you so much, and we absolutely love you and appreciate you. All right, back to the Class A. So now this is our kitchen.
Open up some cabinets here and let's see.
It's not bad. I mean, that's all for the dishes. Here's spices and stuff. This is all food. So we do have a decent amount of
Show them the
and
pantry.
then this pull-out pantry is awesome. So,
What about the fridge?
but
You
the
gotta
fridge,
pop open it.
the fridge,
Open the fridge.
the fridge I don't like. It's
Open
way
it
too
up.
small.
Open it up.
So,
that's it.
right
Fridge,
now-
tiny. Every time, I'll do this one. Every time we go to Costco, it's an absolute nightmare because we're like, we need a lot of food, and we bring it back, and I have to spend 45
It's
minutes playing Tetris
Have
to
you
try
ever
to get
played
it.
refrigerator Tetris? We've done it more times than I can count. I'm sick of it, so I want a residential fridge.
I'm pretty good at it though.
So what we do, another little hack is we got a basket under there and we put all of sort of like the dried food and rice and all that we don't fit anywhere else. Put it under there, kind of hide it, and you got your extra food. So, I mean, this is our, like I usually leave one side down, and then this is our prep area.
That's it right there?
It's tiny.
What's that, a 1x1?
It's tiny. We have our 3-burner stove, oven, microwave.
So let's lift that up a minute and see what it looks like when we're cooking, right? So just so you guys can see why we want a bigger kitchen. So when that's up, you really only have this area right here.
This right here, yeah.
And then when the sink's open, oh my goodness, what's in there?
The kids didn't finish the dishes.
Hide it quick, we're on YouTube, we're supposed to be perfect.
Oh, guys, we actually just spent like an hour cleaning this RV to make it for this video, so. But yeah, then we all sit here. We have this pull-out bench that one person sits on the end, so it works. You know, this is minimal living. It's not like we're squished, but I think to be a little more comfortable, the fifth wheel just, you know, your eyes start bulging out like, oh my God, you have so much space.
All right, and a question that we get a lot of the times is, what are you gonna do with, there's so much character and charm and little intricacies in here and details and memories. There's so much soul in this RV. What are you gonna do when you have to switch over to something new?
Well, we'll have to do the same thing. We'll just have to customize it and do some painting and make it feel home again. But the biggest thing with a lot of people, they're like, oh, yours is so cool and ours doesn't have any character. All you gotta do is start putting stuff up. Don't be afraid to put stuff on the walls. Like, this is our memory wall, places that we've been. This is our family wall. This is all of our family photos. Here's our travels around the world. So I think people get a little nervous with like actually putting stuff on the walls, and we are definitely not nervous about that. We maximize pretty much every bit of space you see. We like, look over here. Every bit of space, we have something on it. So yeah, we're not scared to do that. Yeah, even up here, we have a ton of stuff.
So if we move into a fifth wheel, is the bathroom gonna be that much bigger? Let's go check it out.
Okay. So
is it gonna be bigger though? What do you think?
You know, I don't think so. Our bathroom is actually pretty large, considering, like we put residential vanity in here. We have a pretty big tub. We have good amount of storage space. So I think the amount of the bathroom is not gonna change too much, but it will feel different, I think. Yeah. I don't know. All right, so now this is the kids' room where Jimmy made custom triple bunks. So you'll never be able to find these anywhere else because they are completely custom made to this space. Now, the kids really enjoy them. They don't feel that they're too cramped. They don't feel that they're too smushed in there. But I think we just want to give them more space and more room to work. They have a desk right here. We have a couple of dressers and shelving. So they have a lot of stuff in here. But overall, I think having 2 bedrooms, which I don't think there's any RV, like motorhomes that have 2 bedrooms. They may have a bathroom and a half or stuff like that, but not actually 2 bedrooms. And a legit living room, a legit kitchen. And so that's the difference. But there's a trade-off, guys. So this is where, what is your priority, right? For us, our priority for many years was the driving experience, to make it super fun, relax, lay down and watch a movie. You see how you have these huge windows and you can make food and go to the bathroom. I mean, there's so many bonuses that I love a motorhome for. But the percentage of time that you are driving opposed to being somewhere and actually your living space is nice and livable, now we realize that the percentage of actually driving is much smaller. So that's where we were like, all right, let's check out some fifth wheels. When you check out fifth wheels, you kind of like get ruined because you go, oh my gosh, like you can have so much more room. What do you think,
All right,
Jimmy?
there's a saying that says, once you go fifth wheel, you never go back. I don't know, what do you think? You get ruined by it,
I know that one, because you know, we see fifth wheels all the time. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, I don't want to drive in a truck. But, so that's another thing. When you get a fifth wheel, you need a big truck, dually truck, whatever it is. And that becomes your daily driver. That was never anything that I wanted. I don't want that as my daily driver. And now, if that's what we do, that will be our daily driver.
These Ford F-350s look pretty good. We'll have to throw some nice big rims on there and relive my youth of being a car nut.
So, okay, so this is a motorhome. This is a Class A, there's Class C, there's Class B. We love the Class A because of the huge windshield and the whole driving experience. Now, you have to see. There's pros and cons to each. I think now let's go check out a fifth wheel. All right, now let's check out the fifth wheel. All right, now obviously we can see probably the biggest difference between a Class A and a fifth wheel is the space. You are not getting this kind of space in a Class A, any motorhome actually, because the whole front section is where you drive. So you have your captain's chairs, you have the engine, and you can't use that space. I'm out of breath. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you the first thing, which is the highest priority for Jimmy and I, is this right here.
Let's go check it out. Oh my gosh, what is it?
Now, if you have been following us, you know that Jimmy and I have not had our own bedroom, space, nothing.
So you get nothing.
Nothing for 7 whole years.
You lose.
We've been sleeping on a pull-out couch.
What the heck are we thinking?
So,
Good day, sir.
let me just catch my breath. Okay, so I think, almost puts a tear in my eye. To think we would have this whole space to ourselves is absolutely amazing. I mean, we have our own windows. We have a huge closet where, so I think the bathroom and the food was probably the most important thing, because otherwise you're sitting in a truck, the kids are tight in there, arguing back and forth because they're all in a line. And I go, driving hours and hours at a time, that doesn't sound fun to me. So that's why we got the RV. And I'm like, if we're gonna go up to a fifth wheel, a bigger space, I don't wanna be in a closet shower. That's just not comfortable. The size of this bedroom
Show me the workstation here
is
too.
crazy. This is a huge bonus where you pull this out and it's a desk. We have a little workstation in the RV, but this is nice because you could be behind a closed door. You can have peace and quiet. With 3 kids running around, it's a little busy sometimes.
A little hard to focus.
So this right here, for Jimmy and I to have this space, I think, I don't know. I think we deserve it, man. What do you think, Jimmy?
I think it's definitely a #1 priority on our list
It's a game
is to
changer.
have our own space. So yes, I agree, Sandy.
And I love this, the retractable bed, which it gives you more space here, which is really cool.
All right,
I really
show
like that.
show us around here. So I don't know why I love this shot when you first come down the stairs right here,
Yeah.
looking out over this vast living room right here.
The second thing
What is the
that's
second
different
thing?
about a fifth wheel is an actual living room. Like, you literally have 3 different sectionals here to watch the TV, a huge screen TV, a fireplace. You're not typically getting anything like this size in an RV, in a Class A. So you may have opposing couches. Most of them don't have that. They may have 2 recliners, and that's not really a living space, especially for a family. So I think the fifth wheels really come in handy for a family because you just have that extra space to work with.
All right, so #1 is an adult bedroom where adult stuff can happen. #2 is a complete living room where
room.
living stuff can happen with a giant 50-inch TV and surround sound, which is really cool. #3 is probably gonna be the kitchen, so let's go check out the kitchen right now.
All right, now, what we have right now is probably this amount of space in our Class A. That's our kitchen. It's not very big, you know? It's like when you want to make veggies, you want to cut stuff up, you don't have much space to work with. We have to make sure we close the top to the oven so we have a little extra space, but it's very limited. Here, you have this entire area, tons of cabinets, a residential fridge. Now, there are Class A's with residential fridges. Ours doesn't have one, but look at this pantry.
Holy moly, look at that.
I can guarantee you're not getting that in a Class A. So, like I said, for the fifth wheels, to me, make the most sense for a family because after this kitchen, I'm going to show you. Another reason why, if you're a family, this makes so much sense.
All right, hold on, pause there. There's one shot that I love Sandy to do in the kitchen, and that's the jumping shot. Show them the jumping shot.
You can't touch the ceiling. Look at how high the ceiling is. You're definitely not getting that in a Class A or any really motorhome. Okay, now the big difference with the fifth wheel is you have this connection here, which you need a big dually truck to pull it, and you connect that in the bed of the truck. All right, now you do have a ton of storage here that you can access from that door on that side, this side, and the front of the fifth wheel. All right, you have a pull-out grill. That's pretty awesome. We'll definitely have to make some veggie burgers on that. We have a little outdoor kitchen where you can put some appliances up there. You have your mini fridge.
Look how cool that thing looks right there. That's really cool if you ask me.
What thing?
The Cyclone thing.
Oh. All right, and this right here drops down probably till about here, which means you have all that extra living space with an outdoor patio. That right there is probably the biggest selling point for the toy haulers for us, because we love that. And what we love about that drop down patio is we picture ourselves being in the Florida Keys, backed up to the ocean, drop that baby down, and you have an ocean view right from your fifth wheel.
You got some LEDs. All right, let's head back inside and finish up the tour. All right, let's go see number 4. What's number 4?
Now, if you're a family, what do you need? You need a place for the kids to sleep. So here,
Oh my God, there's more? But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. So this is a toy hauler. This is considered the garage. This would be where you put your toys, your ATVs, whatever, golf carts, motorcycles. But what we would use it for, and what a lot of families do, is they have these Happy Jack beds that come down, and now you have 2 queen beds, and you have a loft up here, which, I mean, you could sleep 3, 4 kids comfortably back here. They have their own space. They can decorate it however they want. And in this toy hauler, we have the drop down patio, which gives you even more space, more living space.
Show me up there real quick. So here's the ladder that you would choose.
So
David's gonna grab the camera, take it on up there and show where Ryder's super duper.
So Ryder is
bit.
really excited to have this bunk area all to himself.
All right.
And then he can look down on his sisters.
Yes. So one really cool thing about these toy haulers is they build these to be totally sealed off from that area because they don't want any fumes if you put a vehicle in here to get into that area. So when you close this door right here, it is 100% soundproof and sealed proof. So you can't hear the kids back here doing whatever they're doing. Right here is their own TV to watch stuff.
And look at this.
Wait, right there's a washer and dryer, which is a huge one. I think that's the number 5 reason that we want a fifth wheel.
If you look in our car right now, our car is full of laundry from 5 people that needs to go. We need to go to the laundromat.
I think we'll cut to a laundry shot right here.
So the glamorous side of RV life is doing the laundry. So here we are at the RV park laundromat. All the kids are helping. All right, laundry's in, 26 minutes. We'll be back.
All right, back from the laundry. Imagine if we didn't have to go do that and we could just do it right here.
Right here. And the kids would have their own bathroom, which is really cool because they don't have to truck all in the middle of the night all the way over to ours. They have their own bathroom right here.
Right.
So I think for families, it's an absolute no-brainer to get a fifth wheel because the amount of space is redunculous.
Can you tell me some of the negative things that might go along with a fifth wheel?
All right, now to be honest, when we started 7 years ago, Jimmy was leaning towards a fifth wheel, and I was leaning towards the Class A because when I thought about RVing, the whole thing, like the most important thing was enjoying the journey, right? So while we're driving, enjoying the scenery and having the bathroom and having food available because you're in the RV was huge to me. And especially our kids were much younger. So I think the bathroom and the food was probably the most important thing because otherwise you're sitting in a truck, the kids are tight in there, arguing back and forth because they're all in a line. And I go, driving hours and hours at a time, that doesn't sound fun to me. So that's why we got the RV. But if you break it down, the amount of time that you are actually driving for that experience, opposed to sitting somewhere now enjoying the living experience in, say, a fifth wheel, it's insane, right? Because you're not driving that much. You're driving a few hours a day, and then you're staying somewhere a week at a time. So the percentage is so small that you are actually driving. So now the fifth wheel seems way more enticing to me because our kids have grown. The girls are almost as tall as me. And now I'm like, okay, so the living space needs to be bigger. That's where we're at right now, guys. And so we really want you to see, because if you're interested in really knowing the differences, the Class A is awesome. I think if you're a family, the fifth wheel just makes more sense. It really does. The amount of space, you have 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a full living room, a full kitchen. Like you just have that extra space that you don't have in a Class A. Now we have a 35-foot Class A. It's not super small and it's not the biggest.
And this thing is 46 feet long, if you can imagine that. That's an extra 11 feet. That's pretty awesome. And what does that extra 11 feet give us? Another bedroom. So that's really cool.
Another bedroom. So the kids have their own dedicated space. We have our own dedicated space. We have a full living area, which I mean, those priorities are way high on the list now, opposed to the driving experience and having the bathroom accessible.
And a great thing about a fifth wheel is you don't have to worry about an engine on this thing going out.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing on our Class A is we always have to maintain that engine, and we have to maintain the engine on our car. So with the fifth wheel, you only have 1 vehicle instead of 2 to maintain. So
well, you know, with the motorhome, that is a big deal to think about, you know, because if anything happens to the engine and then it's got to get worked on, that's your home. And so if that has to go in the shop, you're kind of screwed for a while. And you know, with the way things have been working, you can't get into service for a long time. And so then what do? You know? So with this, you just have to pull it, and there's no engine components on this that you have to worry about. So that's another bonus too. Let's see, Jimmy, what else is there?
All right, guys, we are definitely on a journey of trying something new. We want to make the right decision, so that's why we're doing a lot of research and figuring out what would be best for our family at this point in our journey.
And we really want to help you too, because if you're on the search for what kind of RV is right for you, we want to make sure that we're giving you as much information as we're finding out for ourselves.
Guys, we're trying something new right now. We're really trying a lot of new things. So if we're doing it, we want you to also get out there and
try something new!
All right, figure out what truck we're getting.